A wife poured a drink over her husband's head after catching him getting engaged to another woman. Everyone expected a huge fight. Instead, she looked him in the eye and said, "Let's get divorced." He froze. Then, instead of getting angry, he gently held her wrist and asked, "Are you hurt?" Everyone around them was stunned. Seeing them so close, the jealous woman stepped forward and shouted, "You're still pretending nothing happened that night?" The husband's face darkened. "What night?" he asked sharply. Not long ago, they were the perfect couple. She trusted her husband with all her heart. But everything changed when another woman entered their marriage. Her husband believed she loved him too much. No matter what he did, he was certain she would never leave him. What he didn't know was that the other woman had been plotting everything from the beginning. For her final move, she joined forces with the husband's mother and set a trap to ruin the wife's reputation and force her out of his life. Putting on an innocent face, the jealous woman said, "After what happened last night, you still have the nerve to show your face?" The crowd immediately turned against the wife. She tried to explain that she had been framed and that someone had saved her that night, but no one believed her. Even her husband was left speechless. Just then, a cold voice echoed through the room. "Enough." Everyone turned around. A handsome CEO walked in and said, "She wasn't alone that night, because I was the one who saved her." The husband's eyes burned with jealousy. He grabbed his wife's wrist and said, "Thank you for saving my wife." She pulled her hand away and looked at him with disappointment. "Your wife? Now you remember I'm your wife, but you never noticed the countless times I saw you with another woman. Your dates, your private hotel bookings." She took a deep breath. "From today, I'm no longer your wife. I want a divorce." With that, she turned and walked away, leaving her husband frozen in shock. He immediately tried to follow her. Before he could take another step, the CEO blocked his path. "She needs you the least right now," he said calmly. The husband could only watch as the CEO followed her into the elevator. As the woman stood there in silence, the CEO looked at her and said, "You finally got your revenge. Then why the long face?" She forced a faint smile. "I'm just tired." With that, she stepped out of the elevator. Just as the doors were about to close, the CEO stopped them. "Good night. See you soon." She froze. "See you soon?" What did he mean by that? Confused, she left with those words lingering in her mind. That night, she decided it was time to start over. She booked a trip abroad, hoping to leave all the painful memories behind. The next morning, as she was about to leave for the airport, a luxury car stopped in front of her. It was the CEO. "I'll drive you to the airport," he said. After a brief hesitation, she got into the car. On the way, he gave her another shock. "Congratulations, you're officially hired as my secretary." She stared at him in disbelief. He had rejected her before. Why had he suddenly changed his mind? Before she could ask, his phone rang. After answering the call, his expression turned serious. "Your husband has found out about your flight," his friend said. "He's already on his way to the airport to bring you back." The woman's face turned pale. Friends, did you enjoy this story? If you want part 4, let me know in the comments.